What's up, guys? It's Friday, August 28th. We're going to get into this pre-market analysis and see how we're going to trade ES and NQ today.
Pre-market analysis.
All right, so I have all the liquidity drawn out. We actually have some relative equal highs here on the 15 minute, so that's something to look at there. This is NQ. Let's drop down to the 5 minute. Looks like we're already taking out London highs here. And then for ES, we took out Asia highs and London highs. Okay, so the only liquidity left on ES, which is the stronger we're going to see today, obviously, is these previous day highs. And we're still pretty far away from the previous day highs on NQ. Let's go to the hourly time frame. We did have a market structure shift right here. So this was a gap up from yesterday. And that just tells us, like, hey, this could be where we start changing direction, which it totally does look like we are. That's on NQ. And for ES, same thing. Market structure shift, gap up. We filled the gap imbalance yesterday, and we started heading to have a higher high. So higher swing high here, higher high. We can only assume that we'll make another swing high here. These are our hourly retracements on the 50% Fibonacci for NQ and ES. So I wouldn't mind if we did come a little lower and sweep these London lows out before we head to the upside. But we are reacting to price. So a little recap on this week. We had no trade Monday. Tuesday was a red day. Wednesday was a red day with low risk. Luckily, I didn't overtrade. Yesterday, we had a pretty big home run and then turned our week back from red to green. And today, honestly, if we're just looking for our model. On Fridays, it gets difficult because your brain wants you to see things that aren't there. So we're just looking for our model. If we can come, so ES is going to sweep its previous day highs probably. So if we sweep these previous day highs, we have no upper draws to liquidity. So what we would look for is an internal to external. And that's basically like this right here, how we're tapping into this 15 minute. So we would do this, and then did that create anything? Yeah, it created an order block, 1 minute order block, which is nice. So that's kind of what we're looking for. So if we sweep out these previous day highs, okay, we would want to look for this market to come back in from internal. So go internal, back out to external. Then that's where you're targeting the high of days for a continuation higher, depending on if we pop out strong. For NQ, if we head to this downside here, we would love for this to, what would be a good play out is if NQ swept its London lows, tapped into this hourly 50% retracement, and then at the same time we have ES come back down and maybe kind of consolidate here and have a inversion back to the upside. That's where we will take our trade at. That's only if at the same time NQ is sweeping these London lows. So unless we get some type of crazy news or something said in that Jackson Hole symposium meeting, I don't really see us getting down to here. That would be 250 points, so it's possible, but something pretty big would happen. Some big news would have to break. So that's what I'm looking at for August 28th, this Friday. Go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, and you can get videos like this every single day. So we're doing pre-market analysis every single day. And then we have educational videos that you can check out and see how I trade these models and how I apply them to the market every day. All right, guys.